Yo, what's good YouTube? I'm back again with another interesting video, another interesting thing. Today I just want to talk about Sonia Mbele. Some they know her from Scandal, some they know her from Generations. These are the baddest soapies in South Africa. Alright, anyway, there's another interesting video that I just took from DJ Olasen podcast where she was being interviewed, and there's an interesting story that she portrayed about Zimbabwe and the late former president of Zimbabwe, Robert Gabriel Mugabe. Yeah, it's quite sad and also interesting, something like that. Show that she shared on the Olasen podcast. You might need to know about it. Her journey, also about the lifestyle, something like that. Alright, without wasting much of your time, let me give you the video. Bring it on.
So the first time I went to Zimbabwe was in 2019, September. No, actually I had gone prior because I had wanted to do a movie on the late Robert Gabriel Mugabe.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, because I feel like African stories are generally not told by African people. So Africa is for Africans by Africans.
Yes.
So I wanted to tell his story. So I didn't want to shortchange it. So I met a guy called Nick who's married to the nephew to Mama Grace.
Mama Grace. Oh, yeah.
So now they introduced me to the family.
We call it Gucci in Zimbabwe.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
But she's Mama Grace to me.
Mama Grace, yeah.
Then I was introduced to the family, but which was great because what they wanted was that they wanted us to do it authentically. I wanted to meet him. Yeah. I wanted to have interviews with him. Talks, actually. Oh, yeah. More than interviews. Talk. Just get to understand the type of person he is, what drove him, what made him who he was. Yeah. So then he got ill, unfortunately. And then I was told to be on standby for a month. I was on standby. That's a lot. I was staying there by the Rainbow Place there.
Yeah. You were staying there?
That hotel. I stayed there for a month. Oh. I stayed there for a month. And then he got ill. He was flown out of the country. He went to Japan, Spain. Singapore, yeah. Went to Singapore. And then I was told, okay, he's gone. And I had to fly back to South Africa. Unfortunately, I didn't get to tell the Robert Mugabe story in a film form, you know. Yes. At the time, I wanted to do like a proper film or a documentary. Yes. You know what they do, how they do it now on Netflix. Yeah. So I had wanted to do that, like get into the psyche, the man, the name behind the man. And then I came back home and then I was invited to the funeral. Yes. So I went to the Blue Roof.
You were there in Bogotel?
I was there in the house itself.
Wow. Yeah. How was the experience for you?
Look, it was a sad occasion, obviously. We had lost, you know, a leader, you know, an iconic one for that because, you know, call it what you want to call it. Love or hate the man, you know, however you feel, he was Robert Mugabe. 100%. You understand what I'm saying? He was a president for yonks and yonks and yonks. And that's the story I wanted to capture. And then, after the funeral, I came back and that was it. That was that end of that chapter for me. But then again, I went back. I've been going back, but I think my recent trip was going to the Aerial Financial Literacy and Business Forum.
Yes, I saw you there.
Yes, I was there as a speaker.
Wow.
So, which was great because it wasn't like on the nose kind of business forum. It was literally chilled. I mean, you were one of the speakers.
Yes, I was one of the speakers.
Yeah, we shared the stage, guys. We shared the stage. Yeah, they see us. Yeah, so it was quite chilled. You know, you were there. It was relaxed. It wasn't like PowerPoint presentation. It was speaking from experience. You know, how you have built your businesses and how you have sustained your businesses. So, that was great.
So you were invited there to come?
I was invited there, by the Aerial Business Forum.
CB.
The CP is the I think she's the CEO, but the company is Aerial Literacy Hub. Aerial Literacy, Financial Literacy Hub. Sorry, CP. Financial Literacy Hub. Yeah.
So, you know, since you said you've been to Zimbabwe a couple of times, I want to understand that, you know, what has been the most interesting thing, you know, about you, about Zimbabwe?
Interesting as in what sense, though? Because I don't want to be controversial.
No, don't worry.
Just recently when I came back, somebody said, Sawubona, and called me the K word.
Why?
I know. Like, I was like, why are you calling me the K word? I was like, just because I just came back from Zimbabwe. So, so what? How do you mean?
Like,
what do you mean, teacher?
Interesting from the food? The hospitality.
Yeah, the hospitality.
Everything?
I don't know. It always feels okay. I have a long history with Zimbabwe.
Yes.
What my first, I call her house manager. My first house manager, Jennifer,
Yes.
was from Zimbabwe.
Oh, yeah.
And she was with me for years.
Ooh.
Jennifer raised my children. Literally, Auntie Jennifer raised my children. And because you've been with somebody for that long, they raise your children. I even took her to cooking school.
Wow.
Jennifer was a chef.
Well done.
She did house management. She did a course for house management. She did a course for cooking class.
Wow.
Because I was busy. I was on Generations, working 12-hour days.
100%.
And I needed somebody I could trust, and I needed somebody that I knew could cook for my kids.
Yes.
So Jennifer was a house manager. She was her own supervisor. She was a chef. You know, she did it all.
Yes.
And then one day, you know the plastics? You go to shopping,
the plastic bags?
the plastic bags.
Yeah.
They start disappearing. I'm like, Jennifer, why are the plastics disappearing?
Yeah.
She's like, no, ma'am, no, it's nothing. And then this one time I spot a truck, a van with furniture. I'm talking mattresses, couches, fridges.
Yes.
I'm like, Jennifer, talk to me. What's going on?
Yes.
She's like, nothing, ma'am. Second time. I'm like, okay, sit down. What's going on?
Yeah.
She's like, no, nothing, ma'am. I'm like, okay, tell me about the van. You don't want to talk about it. She's like, no. The thing is, I'm growing my father's house. So I think the father had a yard.
Yeah.
So like it was her responsibility, rural home.
Okay.
Her responsibility to build back into the family home. So she was like, no, okay, the furniture is to ngakile umuzi. I've renovated or I've built rather.
Wow.
So the furniture is for home, for my siblings and their children, my nieces and nephews. I was proud.
Yeah.
I was proud. I got shocked that she didn't tell me that she was slowly exiting. Yabo. So slowly exiting. She was exiting small. Yeah. So, and then the second time I see the truck, I'm like, okay, Jennifer, let's talk. What's happening with the plastic bags? She's like, okay, ma'am, I'm going to go on December holidays and then I'm going to come back and explain. So already my heart is sinking.
Yeah.
Already I can tell. I've been with this person for 14 years, if not longer. So I can tell it's okay. I'm about to lose Jennifer.
Oh, yes.
Then she doesn't come back first week of January. Second week, I can't get hold of her on the phone. And then she sends me an email. Jennifer, email. I'm going to be in South Africa on a certain day. Then she comes, buzzes on the gate. She's all dressed up. I'm like, Jennifer, what's going on? Exactly. She's like, ma'am, I need to sit down with you. I need to thank you, number one, for empowering me. Yes. I need to thank you for everything that you've done, not only looking after me, paying me a good salary, decent, I suppose, but also you took me to cooking school.
Yes.
Now I'm a house manager, like really empowerment, real empowerment. She was like, about the plastics.
Yeah. About the plastics.
Yes. So the plastics, I've been taking them. I'm like, but Jennifer, you could have said.
Exactly.
She's like, no, ma'am, I'm running a business in Zimbabwe. And then,
what sort of a business?
So, what had happened was, what Jennifer, fully business.
Yes.
Ne? So she says one chicken gives her 5 businesses. So she says, I sell the heads, so I put them in a plastic and I sell them separately. I chop the feet and then I put them in a plastic and I sell them separately. The inside, it's a separate business. The ingingila, it's a separate business. The body, the shelled gizzards, the shell and the body is a separate business. So she says one chicken gives me 5 businesses.
Wow.
So I have a whole CEO in Zimbabwe that I have groomed.
So actually, it didn't disturb you that she was taking, plastic bags after hearing that. Oh, it was actually for a good purpose.
I was proud.
Yes.
I was like, I was happy to let her go. Wow. I was like, girl, go do your thing. Go sell that whole chicken over there. Make that business. Just unkumbule, so rich.
Yeah.
I'm still waiting, Jennifer. I'm still waiting for my 10%.
Oh, 10%. Oh, you're claiming the 10% now.
I don't want to own the business. I don't want to own 51% of the company. It's her company. Just 10%.
No, that's fine. Thank you so much for empowering Jennifer, by the way.
Yeah,
that's an interesting story, by the way.
Yeah.
So, I understand you were born here in Gauteng, in 1976. That's way back.
Wow.
So I want to understand how
yes. Not telling everybody my age.
1976.
For the spot.
Exactly. So I want to understand your, about your upbringing. How was it like, growing up? as an only child and also losing your father as a teenager, how did you cope?
Sure. Life has never been easy, especially then. Being an only child, I didn't have siblings. I didn't have anybody to kind of help me with the household.
Yes.
My mom was raised by her aunt. So my mother's mother was a breadwinner.
Yeah.
So she was the oldest in the family and she was a breadwinner.
Yeah.
So when she had my mother, the family said, you're going to give birth to her, give her to your sister.
Oh.
Go back to work.
Oh,
because, madams like me would give not only plastics, back then they would give you the food, the clothes, everything, like take home. So they were used to that lifestyle.
Oh, yeah.
They didn't want to lose that. So they said to my grandmother, give birth, give her to your sister, go back to work. So my mom was raised by her aunt. So I grew up thinking that's my grandmother until I found out at some point actually that's my great aunt.
Oh,
yeah,
interesting.
But she was a strong, powerful woman. I mean, she had before tenders were tenders. My grandmother, the one that raised me, because I have essentially now two grandmothers from my maternal home. She had like tenders. I remember we would go to police stations. The people that were incarcerated for whatever reason, they would tell us, go tell my family, write down their addresses, go tell my family that I'm here, tell them to please bring me stuff. Like if they don't, after 2 days or 3 days, we go, we buy the toothbrush, we buy the toothpaste, we bring
almost
it to
everything.
You. Washing cloth. And then every morning we would wake up at 3 a.m., cook porridge for breakfast, and then I think samp and something else. Or there was not milli meal. It was like a mix of ipapa and samp. I forget what it's called. Milli rice.
Oh, milli rice.
Thank
yes.
you.
We also have that on Zimbabwe.
No, we have an audience, guys. We have an audience.
Oh yeah.
Milli rice.
At least so your support system there. Yes.
Thanks, Kali.
Yeah.
So we would do milli rice and either chicken and something else for supper and then for dinner. So we would do that every single day. We would supply 3 different meals.
Wow.
To all the police stations, local police stations.
Oh. So how was that? How did your background shape your career?
I think being raised by coming from that background, like my grandmother, like I said, she started like tenders before tenders were a thing. My grandfather started the only office in the township that people would go to if you were in an accident and you want your road accident fund. So he ran that office. If there was like domestic issues, they would go to him before community police foruming, all of that. So I come from a legendary family of comrades, hard workers. Hard workers. So look, at some point, my mom and my dad divorced.
Okay.
I think I was 2 years old because my mom's family and my dad's family had like a long standing. Think of the Capulets and the Montagues, Romeo and Juliet. You can't jola there, you can't jola there.
Yeah.
So they separated when I was 2. So we went to my actual biological grandmother.
Okay.
We left my great aunt's home and we went to my actual grandmother in Pretoria. So
for how long?
Until I was 15. So from that age till I was 15, I would commute between Pretoria and Vosloorus to go see my father. Because I
Did that affect you in any way? Their separation.
I think separation is hard on any family. I mean, you find somebody as old as me and still affected by that. Watch any reality show. I bet you now. The minute they have I don't care if you catch crocodiles, they will say, give us tell us about yourself. They'll be like, my mom and dad divorced when I was 5 years old. It affects you. I think that rip affects somehow, has like a longevity effect on the psychology of a child. So, but it makes you strong because then you grow up understanding that the family unit, I don't know if it's a black thing. I don't know. Calm down. I don't know if it's a black thing. I find that white families stay together and make it work. I don't know if it's a black family thing. But majority of the kids that I went to school with, I grew up with, I was friends with, most of them came from, a separated family.
Yeah.
They are product of a divorce family.
Yes. Yeah. Okay, now let's talk about, the beginning of your career. When did you know that you wanted to become an actress? And, what inspired this?
Sure, I've known since I was very young. I was that kid that every time there's a family function, they call me, also Jaiva, Nana, also Jaiva. Yeah. So they would call me to entertain the family. I remember wearing my mom's scarves, my mom's pearls, I didn't have holes for earrings at the time.
Yes.
I hope that didn't come out wrong.
The holes.
But I would wear my mom's high heels. I would entertain the family. And then they would call me all the time. And I remember thinking, this is becoming a job. And I was like, no, you need to start paying me.
Oh, for this?
Yeah, for entertaining you.
Wow. Did they pay you?
They would give that was essentially my carry money to school.
And so
my allowance.
We are rewarding you for whatever
My allowance became my allowance.
Yes.
Yeah, I realized, which actually I can make money out of this thing.
Wow. And today you're a big star. You are a star.
That's a big word.
Yeah, you're a star.
And it feels very
undisputed.
heavy.
Undisputed. So I understand that you went to, National Film and Video Foundation. So how was your experience there?
So I was an actress, right? For however, he already told you what year I was born.
Yeah.
So I've been around for a while. I've been around for more than a minute.
Yes.
So I was on Generations for 9 years, and I remember just thinking, I think I'm reaching my ceiling. I think I'm reaching my expiry date.
Yes.
I think I'm getting to a point where I personally, as Sonia, I'm not going to speak for everyone, I'm getting tired. And I was like, what's next? Lucky for me, God gifted me with a creative mind.
Yeah.
So I would write music lyrics when I was younger. I would write poets. I was a young poet. I would write poems. And I would write I would write short stories. I remember first time being on a flight, I wrote a short story about the fight, the beef between chicken and beef, I was like, what's this chicken and beef thing?
Yeah.
And what's with the business class, first class? What's with the curtain? Like, why are they shutting the curtain?
Yeah.
So I wrote a short story about that. And I was reading it to my class. And I remember they were all cackling. They were all giggling. So I figured, okay, so there's something there. But when I left acting, I didn't want to take it for granted that I've made a name for myself. So the name is going to open doors for
That's
me.
when you started
I
school.
needed to empower myself.
Wow, that's powerful.
So I went to the
good
NFP.
decision.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So you've got this big vision of becoming what should I call it? Production manager or what?
So I'm an executive producer.
Executive producer.
Yeah, I'm generally known as an executive producer, but getting there, I had to go to study with the NFVF. So I had to start from scratch. I had to take a writing course. I had to take a producing course. Yes.
Well done.
And learn how it's done.
And I understand, I'll take you back a little bit. You led your debut acting role as a lead actress in an SABC2 drama production, Pamakate. Pamokate, exactly.
You are in South Africa now.
Yes, Pamokate. Yeah, Pamokate. In 1998, how was the audition process like? Did you ever think okay, maybe I will not get this role?
Look, it was one of the biggest shows at the time, and it was talking about a sensitive subject, which was HIV and AIDS, when it had a huge stigma. When we would point at people and say,
look, that
Una,
one.
we wouldn't say it.
Oh,
Una magama, Una magama.
Ah.
We wouldn't say it. It had a huge stigma. So we all knew as we were auditioning that this was going to be one of the biggest dramas. I mean, endorsed by SABC. It was also edutainment. So it was not just educational, it was entertainment at the same time. So it was, we were all vying for that main role. And I remember I didn't get it, but I know why I didn't get it.
Yes.
It's because the producers, the director, rather, I think it was, the director, was like, what are you willing to do to get this role?
Okay.
And I was like, what do you mean?
Okay. I'm interested now to hear this.
And then
what was he talking about?
And I kind of pointed at the couch. They were like, You know, do you want to go via couch casting? Do you want to go via the couch for you to get the main character? And I was like, nah, it's all good. It's your loss.
I'm not going to do that.
It's your loss. Nah, no, I'm good. So I waited, and my first biggest role was playing Dr. Ayanda Ngubane on Soul City, which was another huge
role.
Big series. Huge.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you refused couch thing?
No, I can't.
Did you regret that move?
No. Why? No,
maybe
it wasn't my role.
To make you
know. No, mina talent, I know. I know this for a fact.
Because I know.
So if I'm not gonna get a role through my God-given talent, then the role is not mine. It doesn't belong to me.
So it's actually happening in the industry where these directors, producers will be like, okay, let's have the thing jib-jab first.
Do you want my honest opinion?
Yes, I want your honest opinion there.
Or you want me to sugarcoat it?
No, I don't sugarcoat it.
Look, I don't know. I think we all know what it is. So I think it does happen. I know it happened for a fact then when I started. It's just that I have stubborn talent and maybe arrogance. In a sense, not arrogant as in Sonia is arrogant, but my talent is arrogant.
I can do it even without you.
No, not even I can do it without you. I just know that it's God-given. So it's rooted from something deeper than just surface level. I don't just act, even with my characters. That's why I suck at auditions.
Yes.
Because the auditions, I'm not one with the character yet. But then once I get the role, then I go into the spiritual journey where I'm like, okay, Lord, talk to me. What do I do? What do I do with this character?
All right, I think that was a piece I was able to give you guys to watch on my YouTube channel. But if you still want to hear more about Sonia Mbele, you can kindly go to DJ Ola 7 podcast and watch the whole interview. It's about 1 hour something. All right, I can just say with that, I'm out. Bye-bye. Until next time.